I've been working on something for 3 weeks now, and it's finally done. The community edition of the Balance Dataslate. Now, this is something that we've been working on for a long time on streams. I've also made a video about it called doing what Games Workshop have failed to do. Gamers, it's time. I'm going to single-handedly fix 40k. You know, we've all moaned and said 40k is bad, but no one sat there and said they're going to fix it. Because clearly, Games Workshop and their playtesters can't do it by themselves. The idea of this document is a community-generated comp system. Essentially, a comp system is where we take the best performing armies in 40k and the worst performing armies in 40k and deal with them accordingly. We take the top armies and bring them down a notch, and we take the worst armies and give them something just to keep them carrying over, you know, just keep them actually fun to play, because that's what 40k isn't right now. It's not fun to play. And a lot of people say I moan. That's okay. Fine, I moan. Do you know why? Because the game I adore, the game I love, is in a bad place again, and nothing's been done about it. Now, the day that I announced that I was dropping this, the day that I announced I was dropping the finished beta version, this happened. This is a document that we've been working on live for the past 2 weeks, and it's finally finished. Now, the problem is the day that I want to show this off is the day that Games Workshop announced that they're pulling their Balance Dataslate 4 weeks early. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I made Games Workshop pull their Balance Dataslate early because it's so good. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But every 3 months, they said. Every 3 months, they said, didn't they? However, the day I am launching the Balance Dataslate Community Edition, the beta version, like the final version, Games Workshop say they're launching one next week. Now, I'm not saying that's pretty odd, but, you know, it does seem pretty suspicious. That's all I'm going to say. I think that's pretty suspicious. I'm not going to say I forced Games Workshop's hand out of their wallet into Balance Dataslate May. First, you stopped submarining, and now you save us from the clouds. I'm not saying I'm the most influential person in Warhammer 40k competitive, but we're not far away. Now, you can take a look at this document. It is linked to the description. This is the version 1.1, because when I announced it yesterday on my live stream, there was another version of a Balanced Dataslate, which is probably fake, but it was leaked on 4chan. A lot of people are getting like the one that was on 4chan and the one that I've made confused, and everyone's saying my community Dataslate is fake, and I'm like, bro, it's not fake. It's a community version. It just looks the same, because the whole point was it's supposed to be easy to read and understandable and easy to adopt like across the world. That was the plan. So I've changed it. I've added a few more watermarks and stuff like that, just so it's quite clear that it's not official. And the point isn't to be official. That it's not trying to be official. It's trying to be easy to understand. And a lot of people are saying that I can't spearhead this. I can't pilot this because I'm just Hellstorm. Someone else should be doing it. And honestly, that just makes me want to pilot it and spearhead it more. So I finally finished this, and Games Workshop have then announced that they're releasing their balance update almost 4 weeks early, which is quite funny. But a lot of people are saying that this just doesn't matter anymore. I'm just, you know, I've lost the wind in my sails. But the whole point of this Balance Dataslate that's run by the community is that it's going to be an ongoing thing. It isn't just around until Games Workshop fix it. It's once Games Workshop have done their fixes, are there still problems that need addressing? For example, if Harlequins, Custodians, and Tau get nerfed in the Games Workshop's balance update next week, are Astra Militarum and Chaos Space Marines going to be okay then? And the answer is probably not. Are they going to be addressed in that Balance Dataslate? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. We'll have to see. None of us really know. But once we have that update, we can then assess the meta 1 to 2 weeks later, and we can start getting the community ideas together of how they would like the game to change again. This is essentially a wish list of what we'd like to see initially from Harlequins and Custodians and Tau, right? This is the wish list of what we'd like to see changed in the book. Now, not all of them might change, and that's going to be okay. If Games Workshop put out some nerfs that control the armies and we don't need to address them again, then that's great. We'd have to address them again. But the whole point of this is that this is easy to pick up. If you want to use it, you can. And then if you do use it, you can submit your own feedback, and then your feedback will directly impact this data sheet, this data slate. You know, the community edition of the data slate is by the community for the community. You don't have to use this. And honestly, if you don't, I don't care. But if you do, that's amazing. And if you do start using this and start using it and submitting feedback, then you're essentially a playtester for this data slate. You know, we're all kind of like working together to be like, look, this is the cool ideas that we'd like to see. I think they work really well, or maybe this one doesn't work so well, or maybe my army isn't performing and it's not even addressed in this data slate, and I'm playing against the armies that are nerfed and they're getting battered, or I'm playing against the armies that are buffed and they're getting battered, you know? This is just step one. This is the beta 1.1. Again, it was version 1, but then everyone thought I was trying to make a fake when I'm not. I think it's a cool idea. I'm really proud of it. I just wanted to show you. I wanted to kind of show you guys like where we're at with it. I'm going to keep trying to peddle this, and then if people start taking it on board, then amazing. And if they don't, then we start looking at like why it's not happening. And at the end of the day, it's quite interesting because for people who are new to the game, the idea of like relatively new to the game, the idea of like community generated rules and community comps are like a real bad thing. And they're really scared of them. They don't like them. It's only Games Workshop that should be dealing with this. And that's true. Only Games Workshop should deal with this. But when Games Workshop aren't dealing with it, you need someone to kind of deal with it for them. And maybe I'm not the one you asked for, but maybe this is just something that you need. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. It'll be fun to have a chat about it. But once upon a time, the game was also in a very bad state. And we had multiple groups come together to generate their own comps. In Europe, we had the ETC, or the European Team Championships, which put out a community comp, essentially a community FAQ, which was voted for by the team captains. And they put an FAQ out, which was used in a lot of the UK and a lot of Europe, and that everyone was kind of playing a more balanced, better, healthier game. But that wasn't written by Games Workshop, it was written by a community, right? The other one was the ITC. The ITC started out as writing FAQs for 7th edition, you know, maybe 6th edition. I don't know. I only really started playing competitively in 7th edition, but I know that there was the ETC and there was the ITC. And there's two different, it was essentially two different 40k events because they rule things differently. Oh, and one other thing that I forgot to mention whilst recording that segment was that the ITC in 8th edition and the organisers of Nova also wrote their own mission packs where they didn't use anything from the rulebook or anything that Games Workshop had wrote. They purely used their own homebrew missions. And one of those I mentioned was Nova, who was run by Mike Brandt, who wrote the competitive pack or the basis of 9th edition missions that we played today. So it's not exactly unheard of. Hope that brightens your day. So the idea of a community comp isn't foreign, you know, it's normal. It hasn't been around for a while, but also 75% win rates on a faction haven't been around for a while. You know, until yesterday, Games Workshop weren't doing anything for another month. On the same day that I was saying I was bringing this out. I don't know. It's up to you. You can take a look at it. You can tell me what you like about it. You can tell me what you don't like about it. If you want to use it, then let me know. Tag me on Twitter. Let me know on Instagram, you know. Let me say, oh, we're using the balance update, the community balance update today. And I'll be like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty PogChamp. If you wanted to use it at a tournament, let me know. I'll sponsor it. I'll send you some stuff. I'll send you some prizes. Let me know. We'll work something out. I'll try and support you to use this if you do want to. Now, again, it's only for this week. This page is going to be relevant. As soon as Games Workshop drop their balance update, a lot of this isn't going to be relevant and we're going to have to work on it again. But Games Workshop might not address a problem army for 3 months. And we've got 2 more codexes coming out, Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights, and we know they're just around the corner. We've got Tyranids coming out this weekend, I think. Pre-order this weekend. Are they going to be problem factions? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't seen the books. Are Games Workshop going to address them within weeks? Probably not. Will we? I'll certainly try. And that's what the whole thing about it is. It's to make the game more fun. And you don't have to use this if Tyranids are suddenly really good and they're what everyone's playing, because they've been really good for a while now. So everyone's playing Tyranids and everyone's complaining, and Tyranids get a 74% win rate. But you don't want to use the community comp, then enjoy playing against Tyranids, you know? If Tyranids have got a 74% win rate and then there's a community comp that makes them a little bit worse, maybe you could try it out. It might be more fun. It might not be. I don't know. We'll see. But that's it. There's the community edition Balance Dataslate. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Again, you can find links in the description. You can find the feedback form in the description as well. And I'm excited to see what you guys do with it. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.